What's up, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of The Sit Down. As always, if you enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like button and let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you're live and watching right now, make sure you say hello in the chat box. If you're new around here, you just haven't done it yet, or you're living under a rock, I don't know what you're waiting for as well. Hit that subscribe button you haven't right now so you never miss another sit down video. Today, what up, ladies and gentlemen? We are live and we have a topic to discuss. I want to get into this latest bust involving not only the Genovese crime family, but the Bonanno crime family. And we continue to further hone the fact that the Justice Department will not stop until they eradicate the Mafia from New York and other areas of this country. We also have to discuss the crooked cop involved with this little sting. And this is a continued problem for a family like the Genovese family. This is another bust. This is another bust within the last couple of months for the Genovese crime family. If you remember, just a couple of months ago, Ralphie Undertaker Balsamo got jammed up, a couple other capos in the Genovese crime family. We also have to go back to early this year, late last year, involving the Colombo crime family, some members of the Bonannos that were jammed up. Really, the administration of the Colombos were locked up. So again, while we have certain people coming home, like a Joe Waverly or Joe Watts, we have to understand that people are also going away as well. And the federal government will not stop, at least to them, until they eradicate the Mafia from this country. Now, when you ask me, if you say to me, what on earth exactly do we have here with charges? You have to understand one thing. These are popcorn headline cases. The mob has no murders anymore. Okay, so when the government is still going after these individuals, we have to understand that most of the time they're going to plead out. They're going to get 5, 6, 7 years, and they're going to be out within 4. I mean, that's just how it's going to go here until the FBI realizes they're just going to keep kind of cracking knees in mob terms and take a couple people out. Maybe get it to go up a little further. Maybe they can get an unsolved murder in there and hopefully put people away. But we're seeing this now that unless they have you pulling the trigger, most of these mob guys will take a 10, 20-year plea and say, yeah, I was involved with the murder. I didn't pull the trigger, but there's no real murderers left. They're not able to hit the mob hard and give them life sentences anymore unless they can tie large-scale drug trafficking to what they're doing. And that's the problem. They're not able to do that. Now, as I said in my video yesterday, which many of you have watched, I discussed the current state of the Mafia. This is why the Mafia is in the state that it's in, because they continue to be assaulted by law enforcement. And there's nothing worse to the federal government than the mob. They do not want it to continue. The old adage goes, forever bother the Italians. But today I want to get in a little bit to the case, understand what exactly is going on here, and kind of discuss a couple of the people involved in all this, because there's some pretty important people involved in this case, as opposed to the other cases. There's some important people here. All right, so let's say hello to a couple of people. Welcome in, folks. Already 111 people in here. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I do want to do one thing, and that is share this on my Twitter account. So bear with me 1 second, folks. Just give me 1 minute. I love all of you, and I'm happy that you're here. Let's just hang on 1 second. Make sure you say hello in the chat if you'd like to give to the channel. I would love to say hello to you, especially. Make sure that you remember that most of the things that we do on this channel come from the fact that we can give to our listeners, and that comes from donations and things of that nature. Let me just tweet this out. Bear with me 1 second here. All right. Let's say hello to a couple of folks here. First of all, I want to say hello to Nicholas Cuter. Also, Hugh Viant. What's up? How you doing? Rick, I tried to join last week. The posts are not showing up. It said I was blocked. Was just kidding. Need some tougher skin. First of all, Rick, you're fucking talking to me. Second of all, don't come on my channel and tell me what to do. I'll do whatever I want, Rick. I don't have to explain anything to you. The problem with people like you, Rick, is you say stupid shit. You get an individual that's not going to just sit here and take it, and I'm being sensitive. Rick, I'll do what I want to do, Rick. I don't need your approval, okay? All due respect, Rick, I hate to tell you, my channel will continue to grow. Okay, I get 100 subs, 200 subs a day. If you unsub, it won't bother me. I don't want you to leave because I don't think there's any need for it. But Rick, understand that if you say something stupid, most people are going to respond. Okay, don't say something stupid. Come in here, act like a human being, and you'll be fine here. I don't mean to be out of order. What's up, my friend? How you doing? Thanks, bro. I appreciate you. What's up, Xavier? How you doing, bro? Shane Hall, how you doing? Gray Jedi, what's up, my man? James Weldon, how you doing? Lonnie Laughlin, hit that like button. Free stories, free content. Absolutely right. Shout out to you, Lonnie Laughlin, my man. Justin Mason, what's up, my man? Vinny from Howard Beach, what's up? Your pleasure to watch. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Vinny. I appreciate you. I appreciate your kind words, my friend, and I thank you. I hope Howard Beach is very nice. I'm sure it is this time of year. I'll tell you what, say what you want about Howard Beach. Sounds like a pretty nice place to live, quite honestly. Seems pretty safe for the most part. So shout out to you, Vinny. Hope you're enjoying your day. Style and a Profile. I thought the mob was dead, Jeff. No, I don't think I ever said the mob was dead. I definitely think it's very hurt, but it's not dead, and that's pretty clear now. Tommy Stiggs, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Tommy Stiggs. Tommy sent me a very nice message yesterday, and I was happy to receive it. It's appreciative when people understand the value that I think my channel brings, and I'm glad people enjoy it. Thank you for watching, Tommy Stiggs. Don Vito, what's up? Absolutely. Hit the like button. William Brooklyn, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good day, man. Hope things are getting better for you. 172 people in here. Welcome in. Only 6 minutes in. Please hit the like button. Please say hello in the chat. If you're new, I want to meet you. Come say hello to me and let me know who you are so we can get to know you a little bit. Mustache Pete, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Bronx Guy, Gun Hill Road, what up? What up? What's up, Ebit? How you doing, man? No problem. What's up, Mimo? Bones, how you doing? Who's that? Nick Savella in your picture there? Chris Cashin, what's going on, man? All right, guys, let me get into this whole thing here. And if I didn't get to you, I'll get to you in a second. But I don't want people to just think I'm going to sit here and say hello to everybody. I want to get into this indictment. It was released yesterday from the Justice Department, Tuesday, August 16th. And basically what we found out was there were 9 defendants that were arrested. The individuals that were arrested included an individual called Hector Rosario. Rosario is, if we look there, that is his LinkedIn photo. He is a police officer for Nassau County, New York. He is an individual that the feds allege basically was taking bribes on behalf of the Bonanno crime family to basically continue business. And what Mr. Rosario also did was basically commit all sorts of warrant checks and things of that nature to basically hurt other competing gambling establishments. Basically, the crux of this case is gambling, poker games, sports betting, illegal gambling, pretty low-level shit, if we're being honest. Now, what we also have learned from the legalization of gambling is the federal government and the state governments are very much in tune as to what's going on from an illegal standpoint, because what the feds want you to do, what the states want you to do is instead of betting $500, $600, $700, $800 a week with the local, they want you to go to Barstool or FanDuel or DraftKings or all these different sports books and put your money there. Now, the difference between illegal gambling and legal gambling is one major point. It's I can bet on credit if I go to a local. So if I go to a local bookie who, let's say, is backed by the Mafia, let's say the Genovese crime family, okay, I can go there. They're going to give me credit to bet, okay? And what I mean by credit is most books are going to give you, let's say, $1,000 credit limit if you're a small bettor. That means unless you get to $1,000, you can bet and you don't have to pay. Now, you can come up with the terms according to each person. I haven't done that in many years, but I know how it all works. So you settle up each week. You don't have to put any money up. If I go right now to FanDuel in the Meadowlands, if I want to bet $300, I got to have the $300 there. So for people, they like the illegal bookmaker because they can still bet on credit. Okay. Now, the difference between the illegal bookmaker and the legal bookmaker is if my bet loses, that's that. If I begin to get into a financial abyss that I cannot escape from, an illegal bookmaker is going to do what they have to do to collect. And not only they can do is collect, but they can commit assaults. They can do what they have to do to get their money, right? Now, what they also will do is say, okay, you owe us $3,000. You can't pay us. Here's $3,000, a loan shark. They give you $3,000 loan, no problem. You can pay us, but now you owe them. And what they're going to do is they're going to attach a VIG to it, and you're going to just get beat up. It's just that simple. They're going to hit you hard with juice, hard with points, and that's that, right? So that's where these situations are problematic. And now they're more problematic than ever because the feds and the states are saying, you motherfuckers aren't taking no tax dollars from us. We want those people to come here. So our goal is to eradicate these individuals. And that's mostly what this is. They're running gambling operations out of legitimate businesses, a coffee shop, a mechanic, different places like that, neighborhood spots, old school shit. We've heard about this. Tale as old as time. Okay. These are not particularly long charges. Okay. Most of the individuals in these cases are going to plead out. They'll get 60 months or something, and that'll be that. I don't even know if they'll get that amount. Now, some of the real issues are if they can figure out how to tie this to assaults and things of that nature. The problem is certain individuals in this case, which I'm going to get to, including this individual, Carmine Polito. Carmine Pizza is an interesting person. Carmine Pizza is a Genovese capo, allegedly. And Pizza actually goes back to the days of Michael Cookie D'Urso. It is alleged that Pizza is very connected to Barney, allegedly. And if we go back to when Carmine Pizza got into a beef years ago, what happened here was Carmine Pizza owns a pizzeria, okay? At one point, he had a big tab with a mob guy. I think it was like $45,000. Carmine Pizza didn't pay it, okay? And something ensues where there's a shooting inside a social club. Cookie D'Urso gets shot in the back of the head, survives, but someone dies. Carmine Pizza allegedly ordered this thing, so he didn't have to pay. Now, he was ultimately, I believe, acquitted of this case. But basically, people tried to have a sit down on all this. Cookie D'Urso was involving Sammy Meatballs Aparo. And basically, the Genovese crime family said, he's with us. You're not going to do anything. So he is very much, from what I understand, very close and respected by certain high-ranking members of the Genovese crime family. So Carmine Pizza is a pretty important person. If we're being honest here, does have a very good pizzeria from what I understand as well. Now, he made a very interesting comment on a wiretap, which is not going to help. He was charged with attempting to extort an individual who lost thousands of dollars in bets he placed through a website. Now, obviously, the mob, when we say website, the mob creates these Costa Rican sportsbook accounts. They have people that run these accounts from Costa Rica, and they establish these shell company bookmakers that basically have a number attached. Let's say AZ181. AZ181 is a specific bettor. They bet all their stuff through a website, and at the end, whoever oversees this stuff says, okay, someone owns this. We owe this to this person. That's how it all works. So it's all being based in different countries. Curacao, the Antigua, Costa Rica, places like that. So Mr. Pizza allegedly Carmine Pizza found out that an individual was not paying him. In an October 19th phone call concerning a delinquent debtor whose Polito allegedly said that he threatened to break his face and also instructed another individual to tell the debtor, quote, tell him I'm going to put him under the fucking bridge, which not real good. Now, ultimately, these are just going to be looked at as threats. And ultimately, if these individuals were not actually assaulted, it's not going to be that big a deal. This would become a major problem if these individuals were beaten up. Then you could get aggravated assault, and it just goes up higher and higher. So Pizza Polito has a bit of an issue here. Another high-end individual that was caught up in this was Little Anthony Pipitone. Little Anthony Pipitone is an interesting guy. Now, this is an old photo. Pipitone has gray hair at this point, but Little Anthony is allegedly a Bonanno Kappa regime out of Brooklyn or Queens, Brooklyn area. Little Anthony actually at one point years ago was tied to the Giannini crew. He was a little older than the Gianninis, but from some of my contacts in that cohort and from some of my research, Little Anthony was involved in Ridgewood many years ago. And he ran around with some of those guys. And he would ultimately elevate to the higher echelons of the Bonanno crime family, as we allegedly would find out. So there are some interesting names here. Obviously, the big one as far as law enforcement is Hector Rosario. He has a major issue here. Hector Rosario is an individual that is a cop. And as we know, the New York Police Department, Nassau County, really whoever, they're going to hit you hard. And Long Island doesn't do it any different. Those are tough departments out there as well. Now, we look at some of the establishments that the mob allegedly used to do these sorts of things. Social clubs, the Grand Cafe in Lynbrook, Long Island, Glendale Sports Club on Myrtle Avenue in Queens, La Nazionale Soccer Club in Queens. All these are in Ridgewood, Glendale, which from what I've understood, I believe Little Anthony still works out of those neighborhoods. So, these are all pretty associated with not only him, but people in his purview as well. You also look at a shoe repair shop out of Merrick, Long Island, and then an Italian social club in West Babylon, Long Island as well. So as we know, all these individuals are innocent until proven guilty, but it is a very interesting indictment. And this continues to just slot out certain decision makers in these families. We look at the Genovese crime family right now. You figure if alleged capo Carmine Pizza Polito is out of the way for a while, well, now you're also likely going to have Ralphie Balsamo out of the way for a while. Joe Denti was arrested, I believe. So you have some real issues here with some of the current capo regimes in this family. Also remember, Nicky Slash was arrested. He's a capo out of the Bronx. He was arrested. Uncle Patty Falchetti has constantly been battling indictments. He just got out recently within the last several years. Danny the Lion Leo is super old. Patsy Perello's old. He just got out of prison in his own supervised release. John Brescio is someone that really hasn't been in prison, but he's a publicity type of guy because he owns a pizzeria. Matty the Horse is gone. Conrad Ianiello's old. Tony Romanello just got jammed up. Johnny Sausage, he's old. I mean, there's a lot of people in this family that are either old or facing prison time. So that obviously doesn't help a very strong family. What's up, Chris Cashin? How you doing, man? Wicked Pizza. What's up, man? Thank you. Old Bucky. Sad to hear you're taking a little break on the podcast. Yeah, you know what, man? That's something I wanted to talk a little bit about as well. Guys, I've done 71 straight weeks of that show. I'm still going to do one video a week here on YouTube, but I'm definitely going to pull some ears back on some of the content that I'm doing about the Mafia. I just need to really refresh. I've got so much going on with sports and all that sort of thing. So I'm definitely going to be cutting down a little bit, but I've done it for so many weeks. It's just so hard. So that's kind of the situation there. What else do we have here? What's up, Jimmy O'Connor? How you doing, man? Can you do an episode on Joe Barber? Maybe at some point. Absolutely. 014 Frost. What's up, man? Shout out to Connecticut in the building. What's going on, man? I appreciate that. Eric Darcy. What's good? So what do we all think about this whole thing? Carlito says, I grew up a block from Sal's shoe store. No shit. No shit. What's up, Mats Larson? Love from Sweden. Shout out to Sweden. Shout out to Europe. Guys, over 300 people in here. Welcome in. I hope you're enjoying the video. We're talking about the indictment that recently came out yesterday about the Bonanno and Genovese crime families. Another indictment for the Mafia. We have to wonder, at what point will the federal government start focusing their attention on other more notorious gangs and groups? Kind of interesting. M. Soretti, what's up, my friend? How you doing? I always personally prefer to bet with a local mustache pizzas. Yeah, definitely people enjoy that for sure. Barry McDonald, I'm new here. I love your content. I'm from Glasgow, Scotland, and I've always just liked and subscribed. Keep up the good work from Scotland. What's up, Barry McDonald? How you doing, my friend? What's up, mate? Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy our channel, and I hope you enjoy what we're doing. Vinny Boombot says, if you don't pay Barstool on time, they'll toss you in the ring with Jeff. Oh, well, I don't think anyone would truly have a problem with that because I think they'll make some money. But that is not true. I am not the enforcer. Butchie Bifocal says, anybody that really knows things knows Nadu is the king of wrong information. So I guess we should believe you, some fake phony behind an account that is professing their love for a Buffalo crime family member. Listen, Butchie, fuck off. All right, go away. I think you're one of those goofy trolls. So we're just gonna say goodbye to you and not acknowledge you ever again. But everyone, I think it's been pretty clear here, Butchie, that people like this channel. We're one of the biggest in this space. So, that kind of looks dumb. Grivas, Carmine Pizza, funny name. Yeah, well, he's a pizza guy. Anything over 600, you pay state and fed tax when you win. Well, that's untrue. It's actually not. At a casino, it's 10,000. What up, Keith or Frito? I used to pay my winners on Monday, but collect the losses on Thursday. That is not typical, but if you're good in the business and have a bank, as we say, it's a great way to operate and grow. Yeah, well said. Well said, my friend. And you would definitely know. How about the crooked cop? Yeah, how about him? You have to wonder what goes through these guys' mind. The problem is, I don't understand this this guy. From what I understand, he was making like $150K a year. When you're greedy, people are going to catch up with you. It's almost like these drug dealers, right? You make $10, $15 million in a year or two, selling a lot of weight. Why don't you just quit? No, I just want to make more. You can't just take the salary you're earning. We've seen this. This is not a thing. Now, when we see people like Wayne Jenkins in Baltimore, Gun Trace Task Force, Wayne Jenkins wasn't making that much money. He was making like half of what this individual is making. So I guess I can understand, but in this guy's case, you're making almost 200 grand a year as a cop. How much do you need? As to where you're going to commit crimes to, and you'll never be a cop again after this. They'll probably try to take your pension. Who knows if you have the 20? They come down hard on crooked cops, Hector Rosario. You had to think eventually you're going to get caught here. Guys, bear with me 1 second. I have a call coming. All right. What else do we have here? But yeah, I got, there you go. 160K a year. Crazy. Ted Mack, hello from Liverpool, UK. What up, Liverpool? Shout out to Liverpool. I love Liverpool. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. What up, Carlos Munoz? How you doing, bro? Hope you're having a good day, man. This motherfucker said, what's up from South Philly? Shout out, this motherfucker said. Ronald Humphreys, I'm doing well. How are you? Bro, you got to take breaks. Plus, you have a life. Go enjoy it. Absolutely, Mustache Pete. I mean, guys, listen. I did a podcast for 71 straight weeks. That's a long time, man. It's a lot of time I put into this stuff, man. I don't just come on here, turn a camera on, and do a video. Some of these videos take extensive time. You look through court cases, books. I mean, my goal is to try to show you something, at least something that you never knew. Try to expand on people you're not fully aware of. Every day I receive a comment. Hey, I didn't know much about this guy. Or, hey, I was waiting for someone to do something on this guy. And that's largely what our channel is. I mean, there aren't really any videos on Benny Eggs Mangano. There aren't any videos on Dom Cura. There ain't a lot of videos on Salvi Testa. Okay, there's not a lot of videos on some of these individuals. So it's important that I think we make people aware of what's going on. And that's something we've been able to do, and I'm proud of that. 327 people in here. Welcome in, folks. I hope you're enjoying the channel, and I hope you're enjoying the show. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. Is anyone from the Bronx area? I'm sure there are. There are plenty of people in here, my friend. Little Pressure's watching. 199 super chat. Glad I made it out here grinding. Shout out to you, man. Keep grinding. To all the grinders, shout out to you. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. What exactly happened? Well, we broke it down. I think I'm a little behind here, so I'm sure you caught up. What's up, Big G's TV? What's going on, man? I like that hat. Shout out to you. Looks like you're hanging on the beach somewhere. Welcome in. Matt Messina, what's up, Gun Hill? I'm from Throgs Neck Country Club. Well, that's a nice area. Shout out to the Country Club area. That is Michael the Nose Mancuso territory. Shout out to you, Matt Messina. That's a nice area up there. Throgs Neck, all those areas. Shout out to you. See No Evil. What's up, my man? Robert Urick says, I'm driving right now. Salute from Suffolk County, Long Island. What up, Robert Urick? What up? Bob says, lend no one, trust no one. You won't be disappointed. That's great information, Bob. I couldn't agree more. Very, very astute information. Looking for the truth. Salute to you, man. Appreciate that, Carlos Munoz. Pistol Pete, good show like always. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. TT the Norwegian. What's up? Shout out to Oslo. Shout out to Norway. Love Norwegians. Beautiful women over there in Norway. A lot of blondes. Not a big blonde guy, but I like Norwegians. I appreciate you speaking on great grandfather Nick Savella. Wow, really? That's your great grandfather? If you could prove that to me, I would love to speak to you. That's super interesting. Shout out to you. I guess you're Norwegian in Alaska. Very interesting. Nobody in the upper administration of the Genovese family has been busted in a while. That's correct. When we're looking at the current administration, do me a favor, go check out my recent video on the current Mafia. All those individuals are very secret. They're very low level as far as speaking and talking. They're high ups, but they don't speak. They're very low level as far as talking. All of those individuals have been on the street for over a decade. Barney was the last one to get out, but Muscarella and Ragusa, they've all been out for a pretty long time. What is my favorite mob movie? My favorite mob movie is A Bronx Tale. Nassau County cops get paid well. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right. Oh yeah, Michael, you're really gonna hit me in the wallet. I hope you don't do that. Don't not watch. I hope you don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm gonna lose sleep tonight if you do that. All right. Crooked cops don't get a pension. That's correct. They don't, at least in most parts. They'll try to sue, but yeah, they aren't gonna get it usually. Greed kills like my 45 caliber bullets. Yeah, as they say, the only things that kill police more is bullets and liquor. But boredom and greed can also hurt them too. Do you think Detroit took care of Jimmy Hoffa? Absolutely, absolutely. This whole he went to New Jersey, it's nonsense. Never happened. Has anyone with the name Carmine ever been blown up with a Carmine? No, no, not that I know of. Bombs don't really happen much anymore, and they only really happen in Cleveland for the most part. But no, not that I know of. Hello from Tucson, Arizona. What's up, Daniel Duarte? Welcome in, my friend. 317 people in here. What's up? All of you. All you need to do is just hit the like button. That's all I ask. Nothing crazy. It takes literally a half a second. Giorgio Ziola, what up, my man? Says BX all day. Get those fucking X's up. Shout out to the BX. Gun Hill, Pelham Park, Pelham Bay, Throgs Neck, Country Club, Morrisania, Morris Park, all those places. Shout out to Trinity Ave. Fat Joe, baby. John Rinaldi, what's up, bro? Are you going on vacation? Off and on, off and on. What's up? Thanks, Frost. I appreciate that. Yeah, Calvi. So I guess we should just commit crimes. That's the way to survive, right? I mean, come on, dude. You got to understand, Calvi. I mean, the individual's married as well. Okay, so that means his wife's probably bringing in the same amount. Okay, so is that what we should do, Calvi? Just commit crimes because we don't have enough to survive? There's a lot of people in New York that don't make near 100K and they survive. But now look, now he's got nothing. That's what we're saying here, Calvi. Now he's got nothing. And he's not going to get his pension. Very stupid. Very stupid. See, that's very nice. See, we can coexist on this channel. That's what we do here. We coexist. Mustache Pete says, hey, Carlos, I hope you're well, man. My bad for whatever I said in the past. Be well. There you go. Hopefully Carlos accepts his apology and everyone can be men here. We are all adults in the end. And I know most of the other people in that genre, they do that. We don't have to do that here, okay? We're all one. We all enjoy this content. We all enjoy this stuff. So good for you, Mustache Pete. That's very big of you. A lot of people in the BX in here. JP says Creston Ave in the building. Shout out to you. Matt Messina, I'm living in Vegas now, though. Good stuff, man. Appreciate that. San Diego in the house. What up, Pierre? Pierre St. Germain. How you doing, man? What is that, a Colts jersey? I believe that's Marvin Harrison, who, I'll tell you right now, you want to know about a nutty dude? Marvin Harrison. Glad to have you here, Crowder Shower Farms. Appreciate that. Philip Capraro says, great channel. Thank you, Philip. I hope you're enjoying it, man. Seems like you are. There we go. Carlos Munoz says, no problem. And the same for me, pal. I love seeing that. Shout out to everybody showing love to each other. Appreciate that. Uh-oh. Nunzio's in here. Nunzio? No guns today, Nunzio. Behave, please. But no, I hope you're well, Nunzio. Love all the work you're doing. Appreciate that. I thank you. That's what most people say. Pierre Preval says, I'm from Montreal, Canada. Love your show. That's a name from Montreal, Canada. Pierre Preval. Shout out to all the French Canadians in the building. Oui, motherfuckers. Lots of mob action in Norway. Yeah, shout out to Lillehammer. Wasn't that where that was? All right. All right. Hello from Toronto, Canada. What up, Ron Does? Thanks for being here. Nunzio says drop link. No, I'm not dropping any links. I don't do guests. And Nunzio, I like you, man, but Nunzio, you're a little too crazy to come on air, man. I seen you the last time you were on air. I don't want to get pulled off the fucking internet. I can't get my channel taken down. Anthony McClinton, what's up, my man? Good to see you, Anthony. How you doing, bro? Daryl Peoples, what's up, man? Thank you so much. I haven't seen any photos or news from Genie Gotti since his release. Do you have any insight on what he's been up to? No, I don't. And I think that's the way Genie wants it. Genie is a citizen at this point, guys. Okay, we have to insist. This is something I want to talk about. We need to stop insisting that either certain mobsters are still in the life or there's mobsters in my town and we have a family. Do you know how many people like hit me up and said, there are people in Kansas City? It's like, what is your obsession with continuing the mafia in your town? Genie Gotti is old. He wants to stay away from the fray. I thought it was absolutely pathetic journalism during that Frank Cali stuff that these fucking clowns like at the Daily Mail and the New York Post were taking pictures and saying that Genie Gotti had something to do with it. It was fucked up and it was wrong. Look, I've had my run-ins occasionally with Angel and Junior and that family, but the truth of the matter is that is pathetic journalism. That is wrong and it should never happen. We have recently forgotten about how to truly be journalists. Going out and doing the research instead of just assuming that someone's involved that's not to sell papers. One thing Junior always said that I completely agreed with, look at the statistics when they mentioned the name Gotti in the papers. Sales went up. And the only reason they mentioned Genie Gotti, they had no proof of it. They just threw it out. They didn't care. They didn't care who it affected. It's fucked up and wrong. Now, Lefty, I'm glad you asked this because it was a great way to discuss this. No, I have not seen any photos. The only photo I saw was around that time when he got out. I saw him going into his house. Someone snapped a picture of it. But my guess is Genie spent a lot of time in prison, 30-ish years. You figure he's only going to live till 80-ish years old. It's almost half his life he spent in a fucking cage. Listen, good for him. I hope he lives his life in happiness now. He paid for his crime, and that's all I have to say about it. I look at Genie just like I look at like Michael Vick. Michael Vick did things allegedly and was convicted of stuff that none of us agree with. Well, Michael Vick went to prison. He paid for his crimes. He lost a lot of money into it. He had to repave his life and go a different way, and he's successful, and good for him. Who am I to say anything wrong? That's why, again, when we talk about informants, if it were me, maybe I would do something different. But if they're contrite and trying to live their life the right way, who am I to say anything? I'm not in the streets. What do I care? But whether it's Genie Gotti or Michael Vick or Frank Fiordolino, They were all criminals. They all did stuff. Some of them cooperated. Some of them went to jail. Some of them did what they do. But in the end, most people in this country, I know the trolls are the ones that are vocal, but in the end, people, good for G. Let him do his thing. He's an old man. His family hasn't been relevant in the mob for 20 plus years. We need to stop thinking that the Gotti name is relevant. It's not, and I think they're okay with that. They're clearly doing their own thing. None of them are affiliated with the mob anymore. The mob has passed them by, as it's passed a lot of other people by. Let's stop continuing to involve their name. Genie Gotti didn't hit anybody. He was not involved in anything. But that was a great question. Thank you. Another live. Thanks, man. I needed it today. The teachers are back in my building. I needed to pick me up from the bullshit with them. Oh, yeah. Well, it's time for that, Eric Ackerman. School's coming back in session. 362 people. Thank you, everybody. Who says my lives don't get people in them? I don't do them as much, but I thank you for being here. Hope you're enjoying the content, and I hope if you have a question, you definitely answer it. That is not the real Nunzio. Okay, good. We always have to check on if these are the real people or not. I hope Nunzio is doing okay, though. I know he can get a little bit crazy with his comments, but maybe he's just misunderstood. Paul Mulvey, what's up, man? Ever see Error in Bronx Tale? Kid with Space Jam shirt and 90s basketball shorts is walking in background of Sonny and C talking about Machiavelli scene. Serious. I've never noticed that, but I'll take a look. And if I ever speak to Chaz, I'll have to ask him about that. No, I have never noticed that, actually. But I mean, it was filmed in the early 90s, so I guess that's not hard to believe. But let's give them a break. Obviously, the movie was very realistic. I guess they just didn't notice it. Joey Molino's here. What's up, Jeff? How's it going, brother? What's up, Joey? How you doing, man? These fucking names sometimes. Jason Broadknox, Detroit in the building. What's up? First time, great content. Jason, welcome in, my man. I hope you're enjoying the content. Seems like you are. Thank you for being here, brother. Single greatest failing of MobTube is giving Angel Gotti a platform. Listen, here's what I'll say about that. I have no ill will. I have no words to say about those individuals. Everyone has a platform. That's just how the world is now. But I have nothing more to say on it. I don't operate in those realms anymore, or much have ever. So I really don't care. This channel is about content. And it's about the Mafia. And she's not in the Mafia, so I really don't care. Anthony Rucci from B-More. Shout out to Bodymore Murderland. What up, Baltimore? One of the great American cities. Shout out to Baltimore. All right. Oliver Cruz, do you think in 30 years, Jeff, 2.0 will go a deep dive underground as you are? Today's mob content doesn't have the glamour. It will. Keep it coming. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Maybe ask it in a different way. But I don't know quite what you're asking there. All right, that's a fake account, so he's out of here. We're not going to have fake accounts. That could be concerning. Grievous, would you go to an afternoon tea with Tommy Karate when he gets out? Well, he's not getting out, so we don't have to worry about that. Tommy Karate's never coming home, guys. It's not going to happen. Let's not even discuss that. Giorgio, glad to see you're doing well. Say hello to the fam. I don't know if you're talking to me or if you're talking to a friend in here, but either way. Genie Gotti is doing his time and is now spending his day with his family. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what happens to mob guys when they get old? The same thing as any senior citizen. They have health issues and eventually die. Let them be. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Especially if it's made clear they're not in that life anymore. Listen, do I think there are senior citizens in the mob? Yeah, I do. I think the one could currently be a boss. Do I think that we shouldn't talk about them? No, they're just like any other guy. But if someone was in that life and decides that they just want to be normal again, like, do I think Kid Blast Gallows is still in the life? No, I don't. He's in his 90s. Leave him alone. Thank you, See No Evil. I sure will. Tony Capone Comedy says, Detroit is in the house. What up, Detroit? Shout out to Tony Capone Comedy. Wonder if he's actually funny. Lefty said he's just my favorite Gambino. Oh, all good, man. I get you what you're saying. Journalists need to be held accountable for when they tell bullshit stories. Oh, yeah. So one of the biggest bullshit stories going on right now is the federal government is hiring 80-ish thousand new IRS agents. So what does both sides do? They make it that we're coming after citizens. Well, it's like, no. They're just severely understaffed and need more people. Guys, I know we hate the IRS. No one is going to say anything different. But the truth of the matter is, if people are not filing taxes like the rich, we should have people that look into that. Now, it's funny because most of the people that talk about IRS agents pay their taxes and have no issues. Guys, listen. I don't know if anyone knows this, but when you're an IRS agent, it's very similar to being a special agent for the FBI who have guns. The IRS is an entity of police in this country. It's the IRS, it's the DEA, it's the ATF, and it's the FBI. I don't know if you guys know this, but whenever there's a high-end criminal case, you know who comes? The IRS, the FBI, the DEA, and the ATF. They all work congruently on it. It's pretty simple. I don't know if people know, but when you do crime, generally there's money involved. So if you're selling narcotics at a very high level, you know who's likely going to bust you? The IRS. So yes, they do need to be armed because they arrest people. I don't think people get it. I mean, people think IRS people just sit in like cubbies and have glasses and are accountants. No, they're special agents. That's what they are, guys. It's just a different three-letter name. Pretty easy to understand. But again, the media takes this shit and just runs with it because it affects them politically. We have to stop. Left or right, I don't care. None of this stuff means anything to me. Both sides are scum, crumbs, that are the biggest criminal organization in this country. They allow your kids to aimlessly go and die in other countries for their own fucking militarization complex. Fuck them and fuck them all. But we have to understand the IRS is just another police entity in this country. They're all government officials. They're all part of law enforcement, federal law enforcement. It's pretty easy to understand. So yeah, they're rehiring IRS agents and yeah, they're training them with guns because that's what they do. Like, what is that? I don't understand why it's so hard to understand from these people. And no, as much as you think they care about your $500 meal at fucking Ruth Chris that you sent your friend, nobody cares. IRS ain't going to throw you in jail over $1,200 on Cash App. Now, if you are making millions of dollars and just not paying taxes on it or not filing taxes in general, yeah, the IRS might knock on your door. But you know what they're going to say to you? Hey, John Doe, you didn't pay us. Here's what we're going to say. You owe us $660,000. How about you pay us $300K and we'll get off your ass? Or hey, you just say, hey, fuck you, government. I'm not doing this. Well, then they're going to be mad at you. But again, we do need taxes, guys. I hate to tell you. Look, I don't think any of us like to pay taxes. I have to go at the end of the year and write a check to the IRS. But guys, listen, remember, we complain about everything in this country. But remember, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like the roads are pretty nice for the most part. Most highways are nice. Like we have police, we have things that we need or maybe don't need, but this is a great country to live in. Go to fucking Chechnya. You know they don't have roads? Go to most countries in the world. The reason we have all this shit is for the most part, I know they always say, oh, well, that's our tax dollars at work. Well, it's like, yeah, it's protecting us against violent criminals who have no place in society. That's where the money goes. Because again, I feel like if Tommy Patera moved into most of the people in this chat, we probably wouldn't want that. So we have the federal prison system so they can stay there. It's pretty easy, guys. Come on. Let's use common sense here if we can. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. What's up, Doc Holliday? Welcome in. Doc Holliday here, real gangster, fastest gun on this side of heaven. I love that. Shout out to Doc Holliday, a Desperado. Those guys are interesting to me. Doc Holliday, Jesse James, all these different people. Fascinating. Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate you. Johnny Fortunato. Why don't you have Italian guys up in the wall? Because I'm not a fucking fanboy like you. That's why. I have other interests outside of the mob genre. I'm not going to be like every other person and have Lucky Luciano and Al Capone. I like basketball. I like rap music. I like iconic people. That's why. Same as why if I didn't have them, I'd have art up. I like art. Guys, again, I'm not some guy that sits here and oogles gangsters all day. And also, Tony or whatever, Johnny, it's my room. I can do whatever I want. If you want, you can create a channel and put lobsters up in the background. All right. Timothy Sullivan coming at you from the swamp. What up, Timothy? Appreciate that. All right, I got a lot of comments here, guys. A lot of comments. I'm not going to hit on everyone. Was Gotti being informed on by Gravano? No. That happened once he started cooperating. It wasn't any time before. I love this shit. Good to see a new indictment. Just see the mafia is still alive. Well, they're definitely alive. They're just not very important. Well, you got to try. What's up, Randall Justice? Welcome in, bro. I'm not aware of what he does for a living now. I don't know. He has been very quiet. I don't think we'll ever know. If you want, leave Gene alone. Same goes for LM, BB, and the rest. Oh, is that how it works? Wait, see nothing, hear nothing. I don't know if you know the difference. And for your information, we'll do what we want. So I don't know why we care what you think. I think it's funny. It's like, oh, you can't talk about these criminals. It's like, well, yeah, we can, actually. Hello from downtown Brooklyn, Jeff. Great show. What up, Otis? Welcome in, man. Thanks for being here, bro. Jeff, how the fuck do you know so much about the mafia when you weren't even born during the real shit? Are you just good at studying? I mean, you didn't live this shit. You're too young, bro. Well, I guess I just enjoy reading and stuff. That's just my thing. I have a passion for this stuff. It's $7 billion a year to hire 80 KRS agents. Yeah, but I'm not sure if you know, but $7 billion in the terms of the American government is like $7. Right. We need them, JVM. I don't know if you noticed that. But it's all like this thing, like this is a ploy to take our guns away. No, it's not. No one cares about your gun, dude. And it's funny because the people that always complain about this shit are never affected by it. It's like, you're not affected by it. Like, you know who gets mad about the Cash App thing? Like, they're going to take $600. It's like, these are people that don't even have Cash App. They don't even use it. They don't even know what it is. It just fits them politically to talk about it, so they talk about it. Now, again, do I have a problem with taxing people on shit like that? Yeah, I do. I think that's stupid. I think it's fucked up. And look, they're trying to repay. This is why I said when it happened, I don't think we should just give free money to people. I was very obvious with that as well. I was thinking I wanted to send the $1,200 check back or give it to someone that actually needs it. But again, when we do this stuff like $1,200 checks, it's going to be repaid somehow. Now, it's funny because most of the people that are complaining about this now all cash those checks. You got a $5,000 check because you have a couple of kids. I bet you cashed that check, didn't you, though? But just know, I mean, it don't just give you free shit. It doesn't work like that. Jeff knows his onions. Thank you. I try to be. Thank you, Robert Greco. I have to be. War, what's up, man? I never like seeing people called War here. I like you, War. IRS always gets the best. Ask Capone. Absolutely. L Boogie says defund the government. Well, that ain't gonna happen, sadly. Government or the real mafia. Fuck. Yes, they are. Correct, Jeff, about IRS. Thank you. They're going to say, fuck you, pay me. Yeah, absolutely. Just like Paul Vario or Paulie Cicero in Goodfellas. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. They keep taking kickbacks from big pharmas. They keep pushing opioids to people. Yeah, and remember, they flooded South Central Los Angeles with cocaine. Remember that. Listen, guys, Mexican drug cartels, MS-13, all these groups could be completely defeated if you did one thing: decriminalize drugs. Because remember, people are doing them anyway. The black market could be eliminated. You know how you create illegal activity? Prohibition. Look at alcohol. We stopped prohibition, and alcohol is now legal, and we can make money off of it. Because remember, whether legal alcohol is there or not, people are still going to drink. Whether heroin's legal or not, there's still people tonight that are going to be shooting up. Why don't we just do it legally and make a ton of money off of it? And that way we don't have to tax people left and fucking right. Because again, it would be nice to see those junkies in a controlled environment, because maybe they'll go to fucking rehab instead of being in a fucking back alley catching syphilis and HIV and hepatitis, and we have to watch our fucking kids walk home as they fucking shoot up on the corner. What are we doing here? Why are we so stupid? Why don't we get it? Oh, you know why we don't do it? Because we don't want to be soft on crime. People like quality of life arrest. No, we don't. We don't want people shooting up in our fucking yards. That's what we don't want. We don't want homeless fucking everywhere. We don't want homeless on the fucking pitcher's mound of a fucking Little League field. And what do you get homeless from? Fucking drugs. Drugs are the biggest problem this country faces. And until we understand and address the opioid epidemic and the fact that illegal drugs on the streets are bad for business, it ain't going to change. This country doesn't care about you. Because if they did, instead of defunding the police, which is the dumbest idea possible, we should defund drugs. We should stop arresting people for this shit. Get them to rehab. Get them to safe injection sites. Because I don't know if you know, guys, but do you know what happens when we regulate something? We actually fucking look at it. So we see heroin that has fucking cyanide in it and fucking rat poison and fentanyl. And we say, okay, you know what? Let's do some healthy heroin. But hopefully within 2 weeks, we can wean you off because all your friends have went to rehab and they're living much better lives. So maybe you'll do it too. No, let's just let them shoot up on the corner and literally give up neighborhoods in our cities to allow it. Because, yeah, that looks real good, doesn't it? We look like fucking Beirut. We look like Peshawar, Pakistan, for Christ's sakes. There's fucking people falling asleep on the fucking streets because they're so high. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this kind of thing? But no, let's importantly worry more about bookmakers. That's kind of my issue here. It's like, look, do these people create crime? Yeah, sure. But it's like, it just sucks. It's stupid. All right. John from Chicago, you're doing a great job. What's up, John? How you doing, man? Hope you're enjoying the show. 345 in the house. She smashed the like. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna go down to the bottom a little bit here, guys. I'm missing some stuff here. Of course you did. That's how it works. Do you think The Godfather the movie is the Bible of the mobster? No, I don't. Hello from downtown Brooklyn. When is your next fight? I don't have any. I was just doing it for fun, my man. I don't have one. Appreciate that, Julio. I'm sorry. All right, guys. I'm going to do another 10, 15 minutes here. What other comments do we have? Florida attorney says drugs should be legal because nothing is more fun than snorting a few bumps off a hot chick's ass. All right. I agree about legalization. It would be the smartest thing. Well, of course it is. And it would work. It's worked everywhere. But we just have these people that are steeped in old school values that say, oh, no, I can't have that. It'd be different if it was actually working. It's not working. This is the worst thing for this country, the war on drugs. It has completely destroyed everyone's way of life. rural and urban. Like, if you agree with what they're saying and disagree with what I'm saying, explain to me why. It's not working. It would work if it actually worked, I could understand and defend it. But what are we doing here? Like, if we could look at it and say, you know what? Drug trade, drug gangs, like, it works. Like, put people in jail at this rate, even though we put more in prison than anyone in the world, who have way more people than we do. It's crazy. It's a crazy thought. If you don't agree with this, I want to know, like, what don't you agree with? Because, like, you really don't have much leg to stand on. Yes, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. A fucking man. You want to reform policing? Start by ending the drug war. That's another thing. Funding the police is stupid. That would never work. Why don't we start addressing a problem? KCD's chef. What's up, Batchouter? Yeah, check it out, man. A lot of good content early on. We're just kind of busting balls around. Of course it is. Because it would be successful. Look at Portugal. Portugal legalized drugs. It's extremely safe now. There's no prohibition. Yes, that's the biggest thing, regulating the market. It's just like regulating any industry. When the government has oversight over it, guess what happens? There are no bad drugs now. It's like regulating the gambling industry. I want some regulation so that fucking company doesn't stick me. That's why. I want people to look into their books and what they're doing. Pretty simple. Big up. What up, John? How you doing, John Martin? We need a video compilation of Jeff going off on people. I've been doing that a long time. Oh, of course. That's why it would never happen, Anthony, because there's no political capital in change again. It's not actually about helping people, Anthony, as much as you would think it is. We actually believe that politicians are here to help us. But the truth is, they don't care about us. It's not about actually helping citizens. It's how can I fatten my pockets? How would we have police? What are they going to do all day? Well, maybe they'll actually solve real crime instead of worrying about some junkie on a corner with a dime back in his pocket. It's not about anyone that matters. It's about the poor people. We regular people are always the ones that are hit the hardest. We regular people. It's like these stupid people, these politicians. Defund the police, but don't take off my security. Why don't we put them next door to you? Nobody wants that. Harvester of Sorrow. What's up, man? How are you? Illegal drug trafficking earns $32 billion a year, and every penny goes to criminals. Imagine how many rehabs and programs to weed people off of drugs that could fund. Yeah. And think about not only the actually just trafficking, think of the amount of money we spend on locking people up for it. Court, programs, fucking playing the police. Think if we just took all that money and hurled it at the war on the underclass, helping people get literacy, understanding family systems, having fathers, allowing people to live the life they deserve to live and not be completely destroyed every fucking day. That's the real issues here. But again, you know where all that 32 billion goes? Criminals and politicians. Yeah, absolutely. That's another great point. Like, why is prostitution illegal? So what's the difference if someone takes a girl out for dinner and then has sex with her, or just cuts the red tape and says, you know what, we're both 28, 29 years old. We don't want girlfriends or boyfriends. Let's just fuck. Why is that illegal? Like, it's just weird. It's stupid. Yeah, right. Think if we taxed prostitution. You know, in Mexico, you know how they do it? True story. They're in Mexico, you could actually be a legalized prostitute. They get checks and everything. We could again regulate it. STDs will be gone. You know, it's like going to a chiropractor. You go in, you get it in. What's the difference with porn? I don't understand. How's porn legal, but prostitution's illegal? How does that make any sense? So as long as you're in a, you know why it's legal? Because they can tax porn. That's why. It's all bullshit. It's all hypocritical nonsense. No, he's not part of the new indictment. Jeff, I got a good one for you. Have you checked out Chunky Chunko? Very entertaining. Yeah, that's a really funny channel. I definitely co-sign that channel. It's funny for sure. I love people that kind of really don't have an angle. They just talk about funny shit. I think his videos are really funny, to be honest. Shout out to that guy. If you don't subscribe to that guy, go check it out. I thought he told like a really good story about the different warring factions in that whole MobTube thing. I think it's funny, honestly. He didn't seem to take himself too seriously. And look, William DeMayo's, I don't know, pretty rough. We've talked about him before. What's up, Gino? Good to see you, man. Did you hear that Robert De Niro is going to play both Vito Genovese and Frank Costello? Yeah, I did hear that. I don't know what that's going to look like, but they're trying to do as much as they can before De Niro goes. Yeah, exactly, Irish style. I mentioned that. Couldn't agree more. The Bible says selling pussy is immoral. Well, yeah, but as long as you do it in a environment that we can make money on it, it's not illegal. Like what? Oh man. Absolutely it is. And guess what? You know what we also did now? We made it more laughable. We privatized prisons and now make a profit off of it. I saw in Pennsylvania today, 2 judges are going to jail and have to pay back hundreds of millions of dollars because they were literally throwing kids in jail for profit. What a system we live in here, folks. Amazing. Yep. Completely backwards. Stereo Pete says, great show. I'm new here. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Stereo Pete. We here at the Sit Down, you know what we are, Stereo Pete? Common sense individuals. We don't like either. We know the real things going on. We know that common sense is important, and we're not going to let it go here. The Sit Down, where common sense happens. That's what our slogan should be. Style and profile says, I never pay for sex. I pay them to leave when I'm done. Yeah, that's what most people say. Now, look, if you're, they have, yeah, that's another thing. How come Nevada does it, but no one else does it? They've had no issues for years, and it works. I'm blown away that people care so much about politics. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, people love them so much. It's like, you realize they would have no problem sending your 19-year-old son to die for their own gain, for wars that mean absolutely nothing. What did we actually achieve in Iraq? What did we actually achieve in Afghanistan? I don't know if anybody notices, but Islamic terrorists are still around. They still run governments. And now we are on our knees to Saudi Arabia. What did we actually do? It's like everything doesn't work. Like wars, what war actually worked? I mean, with other than like the Revolutionary and World War II. Like if we're all going at one insular power that's trying to take over the world, fine. But like, what was the reason for the war in like some places? Because again, I'm not sure if anyone's noticed, but terrorism's still a problem worldwide around the globe. Oh, but what we're going to do now is we're actually going to release high-level arms dealers so they can go back and do what they do because a basketball player got arrested in Russia because she committed a crime and we need her home. If she weren't famous, no one would give a shit. All right, guys, 306 people in here. Welcome in. We've had 300 plus most of the time. Hope you all have a great day. I'm going to jump off here. I kind of wanted to hang on for about an hour, and I've done that. So thanks for being here, everybody. On your way out, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to throw a couple dollars at the channel, please send in a super chat. But if not, go check out my latest video. It's about the current mafia in America. I think you'll enjoy it. I spent some time on it. So, it was a good show. Thanks all for being here. I appreciate it. Good to hear, Mustache Pete. Appreciate that. Take it easy, Harvester Sorrow. Yep, most of ammo supplier. Yeah, good point. Gino, take it easy, bro. Yep, that's true. What do we get from Afghanistan? Opium. What is opium used for? Heroin. All right, guys. I'll see you very soon. You can find me on Twitter at Jeff Nadeau if you'd like to come follow me. At Jeff Nadeau on Twitter. And also, we have a new video coming out on Saturday. So make sure you come check that out. Thanks, Matt Messina. Thanks for being here. Take it easy, everybody. See you next time.